Tape marker, the Brutalist review, guys. Get right to it. Action. What's going on, Alamo City Movie Talk fans? As always, I'm your host, Ryan D. aka Ryan680.
I'm Angela, that cat Ange.
And this is Alamo City Movie Talk, guys. Thank you so much for making us a part of your day. You know what to do, guys. Like, share, subscribe, and do not forget to hit that bell notification, get notified for our movie reviews, like in this case, or trailer reactions, or just talking about movies in general. And yes, guys, we will be doing our top 5 movies that came out this past year, 2024. We'll be doing a live show coming up next month in January, so stay tuned for that. We'll post about it, let you know in a week advance, so that way you can comment in and let us know in the comments down below. Of course, what did you guys think? What did y'all think? Or what is y'all's top 10 or top 5 2024 films? But let's get right to it, Angela. Speaking of top films, what are we talking about today?
We are talking about The Brutalist today. So when a visionary architect and his wife flee post-war Europe in 1947 to rebuild their legacy and witness the birth of the modern USA, their lives are changed forever by a mysterious wealthy client. And so this stars Adrian Brody, Felicity Jones, and Guy Pearce. And my God, I was a little hesitant about the runtime, because it's pretty daunting. It's a 3.5-hour film.
There's an actual intermission in here, by the way, guys. Yes, there is. Actual intermission. It's a 10-minute and 5-minute intermission.
Yeah, like a quick one. But knowing that this cast was so stacked, I was like, you know what? I'm going to give it a shot. I love Adrian Brody. We love Felicity Jones. Guy Pearce. Amazing, right? These are just really top-hitting artists or actors we've seen in other works, and they're brilliant. And I was on board. I was sold. But I didn't think it would be as good as it was. You know, like considering it's a 3.5-hour film with little to no action. Yeah. It's so captivating and it's so, compelling. And I just love the performance of Adrian Brody in here. I really, really am rooting for him to be nominated for an Oscar this year or this upcoming Oscars, because this was such a beautiful performance by all the cast, but especially him. And I just cannot say enough good things about it. It was such a really, really captivating story. Shot beautifully. The story flowed very well. Again, little to no action, but you're never bored. You're never dull. Yeah. And even though it does have an intermission, I think it breaks it up very nicely. So it's not like a one big long movie. It does have, like I said, a really good flow that you don't feel the length of it. So I really, really, really liked it a lot more than I thought it would.
Yeah, I know. So Adrian Brody, he won an Oscar. Last film was The Pianist, I believe. And that movie is spectacular. He plays another Jewish person that's actually coming from a foreign land right after World War II. And it's coming a point of America where they didn't talk highly of foreigners and everything, and so it's definitely one of those situations where this is definitely telling us the American dream. This is American cinema at its finest work. First and foremost, Adrian Brody has these amazing emotional scenes that are just like shocking to me. And it makes me believe that, like, oh my God, he lost someone, or just going through these tyranny of just trying to make the American dream possible, have an apartment or a house, or just having a place to live, with struggling being discriminated against because of him being a foreigner and everything. But still, regardless, needless to say, the acting chops of Adrian Brody is very convincing, and he has this architect style, because he's an architect, and he has this architect beautiful moments in here where he's an artist and everything, and so a foreign artist that comes in, and it gets appreciated by, of course, we saw Felicity Jones in here, and plays his wife, and appreciated, of course, by the American guy, wealthy American,
like an entrepreneur of some sort.
Yeah, Guy Pearce. And as soon as he came on camera, I was like, holy crap, that's Guy Pearce. I was like, damn, that is just so. I mean, Guy Pearce did a phenomenal job. I enjoyed his acting in here as well. Felicity Jones that plays the wife as well. That was really great of her. Last thing I can remember, of course, is just because we're Star Wars fans, Rogue One. But anyways, going to Adrian Brody's performance in here, he was spectacular. There's so many and I talk about emotional moments because they're very convincing tyranny moments, breaking down moments that are just so great. He does a fantastic accent, and I hate to say great because I love great sad movies. I don't know if that makes any sense. We just love sad movies here in the Movie Talk studios. we just give him really high ratings and everything. So from the Pianist to the Grand Budapest Hotel, we remember he was in there as well. He wasn't a lead actor, but needless to say, Adrian Brody, Adrian Brody in here, for playing a Jew, because he is a Jew.
He comes from Jewish descent. Yeah,
I love that. I love the authenticity. I love that he took this role, because you can really feel that he took this role for a passion. Of course, he wasn't the first person to get offered this role, but he took it on after the fact. Someone left. And I appreciate that, because you could tell his passion was very much into this project, into this filmmaking, and we got to see real life artists do his work, and I love that. I love seeing that so much. I love seeing the beautiful numbers of him being an architect, showing those emotional grasps of like what it takes to be an architect from a passionate standpoint, and we get to see, of course, really the aftermath of what America feels towards Jewish people, towards after Hitler's reign and everything, and so I love history movies. Obviously, this ain't real, right? This is a fiction. It's fictional, but I love it when movies take the non-fictional events and make it fiction to really show us a different side or different story that maybe we never got before. And it's an original piece, so I love that. I love it when movies do this, and this is American cinema at its finest. But yeah,
again, like I said, I hats off to all the cast, but especially Adrian Brody. Like he's such an underrated actor, and I do hope, again, I know he won the Oscar for The Pianist.
I could see him being nominated this year for sure.
I think I read
he
was the youngest person to win the Oscar for The Pianist, like long time ago. But I really hope that he gets nominated. I think also Guy Pearce and Felicity Jones would have a pretty good shot at being nominated for.
I don't know though. There's a lot of movies. Yeah, there's a lot of films.
As much as their performances were great, they have a lot of big competition out there for the year. And I do, like I said, don't let the runtime be daunting. I do know that it's 3.5 hours, but again, it flies by. The story's so well told. It's very beautifully shot. I do like a lot of the different little like you say, moments and shots and editing that we get different. Is beautiful. That we get different. That little bit like the opening and then the ending credits. Like that was really cool. So all those little things make it special. Exactly. So I really appreciate this film and all that went into it. Like you say, I think it's a passion project. Yeah. And I really hope people do give it a chance. Yeah, this is written and directed by Brady Corbet, and he is phenomenal director. Oh my God, this film was just so shot very well. Let's go back to the cinematography in here. Oh my God, the cinematography is so beautiful. It really takes you back in time. It really does. I love that. It takes you, they're probably filming in New York, or whatever, and it takes you, sucks you back into that moment of time. And I just love that, and it's real life sets, and I'm for it. I'm 100% for it. Yeah, I think it's supposed to be set in Philadelphia. Yeah, they probably shot it in a few spots too. Oh, fact checking, by the way, Adrian Brody was the youngest actor, not the youngest actress, the youngest actor to win in the Pianist in 2002 at the age of 29. So male Oscar winner, 29 is the youngest. That's way crazy. Younger in actresses. Haley Steinfeld's one of them, of course, who won for the True Grit years ago. So, yes, he is technically the youngest male to win an Oscar. Yeah. I was like, I thought I read that. I was like, that's a fun fact. Yeah. But again, there's a reason why for it, Yeah. I personally haven't seen The Pianist. I wish I will. We will see it. But I do think, like I said, this is really up there with some of his best work. And I really hope he gets recognized for it. Again, I hope the director gets recognized for the hard work too. Yeah. And again, don't let the runtime scare you. Please give it a shot. It will pleasantly surprise you, I bet. But overall, what would you give this as a rating? So rating, I'm gonna go, when I think about the cinematography, when I think about the thing is that drives this movie is story. Such a great American story. Such a story that really kind of convinces you, like, oh crap, is this real? Like it's so, I love when movies question your reality. We're like, oh, is this based on a true story? 'Cause even though it didn't say it, but it wasn't, obviously. So we but still, needless to say, I still had a grand time at the theater watching this film, and I just love seeing this. I can't wait to see this movie again, because it's just such a poetic story, such a grand story and grand performance from all the actors and actresses in here. And I love how it's shot. It's shot so beautiful, and I love the cinematography in here. I just love all those elements, and I love how it comes together. I'm gonna have to give this a solid 8.5 out of 10. Okay, all right. I would have to agree. It's really up there for me.
Yeah.
I would give it a solid 8 because
Okay.
it's, again, the story was done so well. The shots
Mm-hmm.
were done fantastically. Overall, it's a really, really solid film. It's a really powerful film. And I
Yeah.
really, I think the 8 is, and I'm gonna stick with that because it was really an impactful film.
Yeah, definitely on the top ranking list for us. I'm still debating if it'll make my top 5. There's a lot of movies that came out this year, so I'm very excited to see what else is coming out. I know Challengers is still in that realm. Dune Part 2, of course, is in there. There's a lot of movies that came out this year, so stay tuned for our top 5 of 2024, guys. And thank you so much for making this a part of your day. Let us know in the comments down below, guys. Questions for you guys. What did y'all think? Let us know in the comments down below of the Brutalist, of the performances of everyone. Let us know in the comments down below if you enjoyed this film, even though this film is 3 hours and 35 minutes. Let us know in the comments down below, guys. Don't let it scare you. Yeah, don't let it scare you. Don't let the runtime scare you. It's still a great driven story, and I love that. And also, be kind in the comments, guys, as always. Have a good one. See you at the movies. Latest.